Yes, all of you be ready? Start. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we are observing All India Protest Week, and today is the last day of such agitation. You have heard all over the country our organization is conducting this type of protest meeting. Wherever we are having our organization in all the capital cities and towns of the country, we are launching agitation. We have taken out processions and placed memorandum before the concerned authorities. From here, we have sent telegram to the Prime Minister with an urge to take proper measures on several issues that require immediate attention and to stop cruel activities of the bad elements. We got our freedom way back in 1947. Unfortunately, even after a gap of more than 50 years of achieving independence, we have not been able to solve many problems facing the country that include poverty, unemployment, and especially the problems of dowry system, drug addiction, and illiteracy. In our society, woman is treated as a commodity which can be sold in the market. Almost in all parts of the country, majority of women are kept in darkness and they have been deprived of all democratic rights. Equal rights have been promised in our constitution for women, but I would like to ask whether the women are getting equal right. Women are considered as second-class citizens. They are doubly suppressed. Men are dominating, and that is why women are not able to improve their standard of living and come up in the society. They are under barbaric atrocities and put to all sorts of trouble. They are being harassed because of dowry. We strongly demand punishment against the culprits. We all must fight against this social evil. Then only we will be able to succeed against the age-old practice that is being followed in our country. Let me ask one question. Should we allow our girls to fall victim to this bad practice? We should not do so. We strongly condemn it. People should come together, participate in the movement so that no dowry death occurs in our country. If the women are given this idea of dignity and self-respect, if we give education to them, then definitely, without doubt, we will be able to succeed in changing the concept of life that women are not a commodity. Women are having equal qualities and abilities. If an opportunity is given, they can also share the responsibilities in all the activities. It is a shame that we are living in the society of no humanity and no concept. Otherwise, how such inhuman practice still prevails in the society? Unfortunately, as this kind of atrocity on women is still continuing nowadays, they are put to other kinds of tortures. My dear sirs, as you may be aware, we have been contemplating for some time past a reduction in the price of kerosene locally available and have also to some extent raised the hopes of the consumers for early relief. The sudden outbreak of war, we regret to say, has forced us totally to alter the situation that we are obliged to go into the whole question of price reduction again. It need hardly be pointed out that when we do so, we may have to take into account several factors, the most important of which, of course, being the need to conserve as much oil as possible for the war effort, while striving at the same time to make available to the consuming public kerosene at reasonable prices and in reasonable quantities, while the consumers, we hope, may not be required to pay more than what they now pay. Any possible reduction without considering in detail all aspects of the trade might even cut into the margin now allowed to the distributors and dealers. Therefore, it has become necessary on our part to consult all our distributors and dealers before taking a final decision in the matter. There is no recognized body at present to represent the consumers' interests, and it is hoped that before forming your own opinion on the question of margin now allowed, you will go into the capacity of the consumer to pay a higher price, which may perhaps be necessary if the distributors and dealers insist on the present rate of margin to be continued. In the above circumstances, we propose to call a conference of all our distributors and dealers shortly to thrash out the question of price reduction in all its aspects. The conference will be held in Chennai city to enable our representatives to gather at the headquarters of their principals. We invite you to the conference to be held during the next month. Any valuable suggestions regarding reduction in prices may be sent before the date of conference. The time and venue will be intimated later. We are sure that you will extend your cooperation in the matter. Yours faithfully. Dear Sir, while paying rent last month, I invited your kind attention to the serious condition of the building and the urgent necessity of effecting repairs. In your letter sent along with the receipt, you had assured me that the matter will receive your immediate attention. But I regret to say that no action has been taken so far in spite of my telephonic reminders now and then. It is understandable that due to your business tours, you seldom stay in the town and find it difficult to attend to these items. If only you pay a visit, you can see the sordid condition of the property. As you are aware that this building is an old construction, and due to passage of time and also due to recent incessant rains in this part of the city, the wall facing the road has developed cracks at various places. The veranda, roof of the kitchen and bathrooms have virtually become a nuisance during the rainy season and requires re-roofing immediately for making it suitable for dwelling. I may also mention here that the painting of the building is long overdue and the building gives a desolate appearance. The doors and windows require a coat of varnish. There are several complaints from the tenants of the two houses. The asbestos roofing has developed cracks, making it impossible to stay in during rainy season, and also a portion of the interior wall is in a very precarious condition and may collapse at any time, which may result in loss of life and property. I need hardly say that it will be a great relief if you could inspect the house and entrust the repair work to a civil engineering contractor. If perchance you are not in a position to attend to this due to preoccupations, and if you have no objection, I will take up the responsibility of getting these defects attended to, and the cost thereof will be debited to your account. Please acknowledge receipt of this letter and let me hear your views on the various suggestions offered. Thanking you, yours faithfully.